YouTubers. Targeted individual speech, part 2. Alright, just get me notes. Right, I left off in the last part about my homework issues, right? I'm trying to tie all this together so that it links up to what we call the targeted individual case. Front lobotomy. So what I was talking about is that the teacher knew somehow that my sister did my homework from time to time. How on earth did they know? Hmm? You watching out there, teacher? You got an explanation for that? Eh? Alright. The school. It was a bit too much for me. Right. And this is where my targeted individual journey begins, right? Back in primary school and middle school, they spotted that I was quite a good artist, right? So they knew I had something going on, and nah. But I get to secondary school, they tell me to do homework. It started to become a problem, right? Okay. Now this is where it got really strange for me in school. Um, this is why I became a punk rocker. Why I started becoming a bit anti-system. Starting to think that the world was shit and not fair, and even if you're doing good, you're not going to get a fair ride. All those kinds of things went on in my head that made me, basically I became a punk rocker, right? And I'll tell you why. Because when I was in my middle school, which was quite a good school, as I've said earlier, and the teachers were quite fair, and I never had any serious problems. But in that school, I was a very good goalkeeper, right? You see, most people, their job in the future, when they're younger, they're going to say, I want to be a plumber, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a scientist, or whatever, yeah. My chosen vocation was going to be, I want to be Ray Clements, which is the goalkeeper of Liverpool Football Club when I was a child. You know, the legendary Ray Clements, like. You know, wasn't really, I was into music. I wanted to play the drums originally when I was really younger. That was my passion. I wanted to be a drummer. But my mum and dad couldn't afford a drum kit. And we lived in a council house. So, you know, 2 reasons why I didn't get a drum kit. And why years later I ended up stealing a drum kit. Which is another story. It's brings There's so many reasons why I am a targeted individual, right? Because this is where, you know, it's full circle, guys. If you hear me out, like, you listen to everything I say, and then weigh it up at the end, there should be some kind of thesis in your mind as to what, like, all this is about, like. Not for me personally, but for everyone, for all the targeted individuals, for all those folks out there who know they're not being paranoid. They've been singled out for a reason. Now, I wasn't a rebel from day one. I've got written down here. Where did I just see that? Rebel. Look. I'm wasting time. What the fuck's wrong with me? Well, I wasn't a rebel in middle school. I wasn't like saying I want to be a punk rocker, because um, when I left middle school, the punk thing was just starting, right? 1976 and 1977, the punk rock era when the Sex Pistols appeared and all that. I didn't listen to any of that. I couldn't. It was banned. Do you know what I mean? Where I lived and the community I lived in my mind control world, like, where we were all being made to be good little police kids or whatever they were trying to do to us, like, we weren't allowed to listen to the Sex Pistols. So I didn't get into any of that back then. I wasn't becoming, dressing up like a punk and all that, like back in 77. I got into it a couple of years later, 79, 78 or something like that. It's either a year or 2 years later. But let's put it this way, the Sex Pistols had already been and gone by the time I started getting into them, yeah? Because the music appealed to me. But it wasn't like immediate or nothing like that. The point I'm making is, I wanted to be a goalkeeper, right? In my middle school. And in the middle school, it was a smaller place. There's less students, less pupils. It was mixed as well, boys and girls together, you know what I mean? And it just ended up, I became the goalkeeper in the school team. And because I was bloody good at it, you know what I mean? I was actually really good, talented. It was a natural gift. But I couldn't play the drums, so I sort of latched on to playing football instead, right? I had this brilliant ability to dive all over the show like a lunatic, like David Icke. This is what's funny about David Icke. He does the truther kind of thing and all. I know people got the criticisms and the gripes or, but it's crazy that we're both goalkeepers, man. He got further than me though, But anyway, I was like so proud of myself as a goalkeeper. The school teacher in my middle school was like, "You're going to be great in your next school, Bruce. Once they spot how good you are, you'll be in the first team, and you probably end up playing for the Wirral, Birkenhead, and Liverpool. You get spotted for Liverpool or whatever eventually." Do you get me? That was my bloody dream, was to play football for Liverpool, because I was good at it. You know what I mean? I thought, this is so easy. I might as well do it, mate. I get to that school, right? And I wasn't just in my school team in middle school. I also used to play for a team. This is where I've got evidence of where somewhere along the lines the coil of witchcraft, so to speak, that I've spoken about in an earlier speech on my channel, if you check it out, about witchcraft or whatever, that I found out that I was being spellbound all my life, guys. Obviously, I wasn't going to have a good time, was I? Obviously, I wasn't going to be Mr. Perfect school kid or Mr. Perfect student or Mr. Perfect academic when you're being hounded by witchcraft and stuff. Right, so there's the other factor as well, right? But I got to that school, man, to the secondary school, knowing I was one fucking hell of a goalkeeper, right? But there were other kids from other schools who were also the goalkeepers of their schools. So it became apparent that we had to have trials, right? Where we had trials, what we call trials, to find out who's the best goalkeeper, right? And every trial we did, I played the best. I'm not being big-headed or nothing like that. I was quite exceptional. I was quite good at what I did, I was really brave. I used to love charging into people and bringing them down, and you know what I mean. I was quite violent as well. I kind of let it off, Another thing I was going to try being as a boxer, right? I actually got into boxing for a while. I did do a speech on it on my old channel, which is something I've got to talk about on this. In this speech, I'll include it. Boxing was another thing I wanted to do. about the same age when I was in middle school. I was still in middle school when I wanted to be a boxer. Like, it's like the Bugsy Malone film, innit? So you wanna be a boxer in the golden ring? Wow, it's mad. I just looked at the screen as a boxer being knocked out, like. But anyway, that's another thing, another vocation that I tried, right? And what happened when I went to the boxing club? I spoke about it on an earlier video. Some paedophile man, some old guy, made me stop doing it because he wanted to look down my underpants and stuff on the gymnasium when no one else was looking, when no one else was there. So, it's not fair, is it? If I'm an honest kid and I want to be a boxer, like, and some fat old paedophile like Cosmo Small Piece wants to fucking look at me knob, I'm bound to gonna like sack that one, aren't I? You know what I mean? I walked out of the boxing club in disgust, like, right, thought, so there'll be a goalkeeper now, you know. These, like, the amount of fails, man, it's just not right. No normal kid, unless you're targeted, will go through what I've been through, where they blocked everything I wanted to do. Right, and here's the evidence, right? It gets to the secondary school. I'm like, to me, I was like God's goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't religious or nothing at the time, or had any faith or belief, but I was a good kid. And I felt like it was like a God-given talent. I was a bloody good goalkeeper. My old school, they gave me the blessings. They let me play in the team for nearly 2 years, guys. I was actually the goalkeeper in my middle school for 2 years, 2 seasons. You know, so I did get a bit of, practice at it and that, like. I always played great, even if we got beat, you know what I mean? In fact, if we got beat, I played better still because it was like, diving all over the show, pulling off saves that would be on belief, like, to be honest. I guess it's the secondary school, and it comes to the trials, right? And then my elder brother used to come and watch us, and he used to be like, why hasn't the teacher chose you there, Bruce? You actually played the best, like, what's going on? I'd be like, look, I don't know. I don't even know, like, but we'll carry on with these trials. I don't know what the fuck they're playing at, like, I'm definitely the best goalkeeper, everyone's agreed, like. And then it ends up, we've done about 3 or 4 trials. They still wouldn't say, yeah, it's Bruce. Bruce should be playing in they had the A team and the B team, and I just wanted to be the A team, and I want to be with, like, Mr. T and Hannibal, and no, I'm not, that's the other A team, isn't it? I love her when a plan comes together. But I'd do these trials, and I'd play great, and the teacher was still stalling, right? And I'd be thinking, why doesn't he just say Bruce is in goal? And all the players, the players who'd already been chosen, the outfield players, the ones they'd already picked the captain, they'd already picked the star players and all the rest of it. Yeah, the captain they chose would come up to me and say, Bruce, I don't know why you haven't been chosen. You are clearly the best keeper, and you've got my blessing. Like, well, I don't know why the teachers aren't picking you. Do you understand, Bruce? It's nothing to do with us. I'm the captain. I've been putting your name down all the time, saying Bruce is the one, like, you know what I mean? And they won't choose you. So obviously there was something above our heads in the teachers, right? Bearing in mind what I've just said before about the teacher knowing that my sister did my homework from time to time, like, there has to be some kind of private thing regarding my private life, isn't there? It wasn't just going to school. There was some kind of private issue going on where they were like, and it's like someone had been told that if he does something and he's good at it or whatever, like, put him down or don't give him the gift. Do you know what I mean? Don't give him the reward. And that's targeted individual straight away, isn't it? There's some personal reason, for some strange reason, that they're going to give you harassment or not give you the rewards you deserve, right? We've got to this point where we're playing these football trials, and honestly, guys, I'm not exaggerating. This is how good I was, right? It got to the end of this trial, And the teacher, he wasn't even a fucking football teacher, he was a rugby teacher on this particular day. Well, he was like a Welsh dude that was specialised in rugby, so he shouldn't have even been, like, you know, doing the trials for football, like. And at the end of this trial, where I'd played brilliant again, he goes, I still can't make my mind up. Do you know what I mean? And I'm looking at him thinking, oh, nah, this is ridiculous. And I'll tell you why I thought it was ridiculous, even while I was in school, watching the teacher, like. And then he says, I'll tell you what I'll do to decide, in his Welsh accent. Wow, it says Wales on the screen. I'm seeing all kinds of synchronicity at the moment, like. But he says, I'll take penalties. There was about 4 or 5 of us who all wanted to be the goalkeeper. Do you understand? And he said, I'll take 5 penalties on each of you, and whoever saves the most, that's final. He's the goalkeeper. Alright? So we all go, fair enough, let's get on with it. And this was the teacher taking the penalties, guys. This was a grown man taking the penalties. Not, we weren't kids hitting the ball at each other, like. It was a fella playing, hitting the penalties at us, like. So anyway, we all do our bit, right? I can't remember, I went in goal first because I wanted to get it over with, and I just went in goal, and I'm not exaggerating, guys, I saved 5 out of 5. Right? Quite bloody good saves, considering he was a man taking the penalties. So here I am, I've just saved me 5 penalties out of 5. I walked out of the goal thinking, okay, let's see what the other lads can do, innit? One by one, they all went in goal. One goalkeeper let 2 in, one goalkeeper let 3 in, one goalkeeper let 1 in, I'm not sure exactly. None of them saved 5 out of 5. Right? He just took the last penalty on the last kid. And I was standing there thinking, well, there you go. I'm number 1. Get that number 1 on my shirt, guys. Because I just saved 5 penalties. Next thing he goes, I still can't make my mind up. Like, just completely, fucking blatantly, like, denied all what he just said. Like, completely went back on his word that whoever saved the most penalties should be in goal for the first team. Do you understand? And then, because I just had enough, right, and I'll sort of, like I say, there was other incidents in another football team where a similar thing happened, right? That it can only mean I'm being targeted individual, and they're taking the fucking piss out of me, aren't they? Like, they butter you up and then bring you down. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I saved 5 penalties, I'm riding on a storm of, like, my reward system in my brain is giving it to, like, whew, fucking right, I've just done it, like. Then the teacher goes, I still don't know. Right? It just immediately crashes your fucking hopes, doesn't it? And I just looked at the teacher, right, and I went, fuck this is fucking wrong, I'm getting off. And I just stormed off the pitch and went to the changing rooms early. Obviously he was going to bollock me for telling him where to go and that, like. Because I knew he was just fucking phony, you know what I mean? I knew there was something not right. I stormed off the pitch, left the other 4 goalkeepers standing there, kind of thing, like. And I went into the changing rooms, changed me clothes, got me clothes on. I never played football ever again in that school. Even though I had, like, there was still a whole season of, activity that I could have been doing. I ended up playing fucking badminton instead. Because I was so bitterly disappointed that this fucking teacher, pardon me French, guys, I know it's a bit heavy, but you can understand my anger looking back at it all. Like, I'm still on social security today, guys. I've been working in a peanut factory recently, like. You know what I mean? You got to realise the kind of shit that I'm talking about, like, how ridiculous it is, like, you know what I mean? All things considered, that I'm quite a good artist. I can do equations. I was a bloody good goalkeeper as well, like, and that didn't work neither, you know what I mean? The teacher blatantly lied, right? Then the next day, I went into school expecting, like, you know, get a bollocking off the teacher or whatever, or, you know, and there was pieces of paper on the wall with the A team selected and the B team selected. And in the A team, like the guy who got like saved, he let like 2 penalties in or whatever. Like, won't name any names, and he was all right. Like, it wasn't like a teacher's pet or not, but he was given the place in the A team, right? And I looked at whoever they chose for the B team, and it was my name. The cheeky bastards had the audacity to say, let's keep Bruce in the B team anyway. Like, as if like they wanted me to work for them, like, even though it wasn't like the full fucking rewards, like. And I looked at my name on the B team thing, and I was like, I'm not fucking playing for the B team. I should be in the A team. Do you get me, like? And the captain of the captain of the team, who was a brilliant player and all the rest of it, like, he was looking at me going, Bruce, man, I just don't understand this. You should be in goal for the A team. This is not right. And I just went, just forget about it, mate. There's something not right, is there? They got it in for me for some reason, like. And that is when I started getting rebellious, you see. That was when I started thinking to myself, fuck work, fuck school, fuck me lessons, fuck me exams. Start getting a job after when I leave school. I'll just do what I want to do, innit? And I'll be a punk. I'll play the guitar in a punk band, because I was just starting to learn how to play the guitar then, you see, while I was in school. That's where I decided to start playing the guitar. I couldn't even play the guitar for toffee, you know what I mean? I was so bad, guys, when I started. I used to play with me thumb. I used to put the guitar on me lap and play the notes one at a time with me, using me thumb to play notes on one string. Like everyone, when you get like your first guitar lessons, or you see kids, they just start playing the guitar, they play it properly, like playing chords and everything. I was ridiculously stupid. I just kind of like approached it totally different, like probably Asperger's or something. I don't know. But anyway, they had decided that I wasn't the top goalkeeper, and I didn't agree with that. I knew that was wrong, and all the other kids seen it was wrong. So that teacher was shady, in my opinion. You know what I mean? They were all shady. There was something shady in that school where they weren't going to let me do what I was supposed to do. So what happens next? I turn up in school with Sex Pistols. We used to all have what we call a haversack in school. It was like a satchel, like a bag. We used to put on our backs, like, to carry our books in and that, like. And the ritual in school back then in the 80s, 70s, late 70s, 80s, the ritual was to paint your haversack with, like, whatever band you was into. You had some kids would have a picture of David Bowie on the bags, and some kids would have, like, Queen or Rush or Van Halen. The kids put the name of the band or the system, whatever they were into, on the bags. And I put on my bag in black and yellow letters, like yellow background with black. The way the Sex Pistols is written on the record sleeves and stuff, like like a wasp, if you know what I mean, like a wasp, like black and yellow, Sex Pistols. And obviously at the time in school, that would have been immediately regarded and recognised as anti-social, was it? Anti-establishment, anarchist, treachery, treason, You know what I mean? Because like God Save the Queen, anarchy in the UK, right? And as soon as I appeared in school that day with Sex Pistols on my bag, because I'd finally decided, fuck this. Johnny Rotten's right. This system is shite. They don't even reward you what you deserve. Which I felt totally cheated because I was not going to play football for Liverpool. Instead of Bruce Williams, guys, it was Bruce Grobbelaar, a South African, you know, South African ended up playing in goal for Liverpool called Bruce. He's from South Africa, for fuck's sake. I only lived over the water from Liverpool. I was in Birkenhead like a local lad, you know what I mean? And I was like gutted that I should have been in goal for Liverpool during them years, man. They stole me place and gave it to someone else, if you know what I mean. So I didn't want to live anymore, basically, when I was a teenager at that point. I actually just wanted to get drunk as much as I could, shag as many birds as was humanely possible, and just be a punk rocker and get on with it, like. Not necessarily anarchic or anything like, but musically driven by the punk movement, you know what I mean? I was like artistically driven by the sound of the music and that, like. Right. Now, you might think I'm imagining, you might think I'm being paranoid, you might think I'm like, nah, it's just a coincidence, you just jumped the gun there, like, you know. But, but once the Sex Pistols was on me bad, guys, the teachers were giving me even more of a hard time. Obviously, some of them were royalists, weren't they? Some of them were like, patriots or whatever, like. And they had this attitude about me, like, thinking, my dad was in the Royal Navy, he served in the Royal Navy during the war, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's not like. But he had a hard time, he didn't get an easy ride. I felt like he was cheated in his life, you know what I mean? It's like a family tradition or something, like. But this is my proof about, like, that I wasn't imagining it, like, it wasn't a coincidence, that, the proof that I know I was being cheated out of my goalkeeping place was, like, I played for another team as well while I was in middle school, and I was playing for the school team. I joined a local team called Ashford Albion. It's like the Accrington Stanley or something in it. But like Ashford Albion was this local football team we used to, And I got into the team and I was the goalkeeper. And most of the lads in that team were from my school, or some of them were from my school, and they knew me from there, and they knew how good I was and everything, like. And they'd be like, we want Bruce in this team, you know what I mean? And I used to play quite good for them, right? But anyway, all of a sudden, the manager of that team says to me one day, you're on the subs bench today, Bruce. I'm like, what? I said, any of the lads complained? Any of the lads complained not playing well or something like that? Something wrong, like? I said, nah, we're trying another goalkeeper, like, we just want you to take time out for a while to get me, like. So, like, 4 or 5 matches later, when I'm still sitting on the fucking subs bench, like, I started getting a bit pissed off, you know what I mean? Because the guy who was playing in goal wasn't as good as me, right? And I just thought, sod this, I'm getting off. Did the same thing, walked away, and stopped playing for the team completely, right? And this is where it gets weird. Even though the bastards had fucking put me on the bench, and I knew damn well why I left the team, a couple of months later, or a few weeks later, I'm not sure at the time, like, I hadn't been back there to play for them enough, like, the manager knocks on my door. Actually knocks on my front door, yeah. And he says to me, Bruce, we need you. He's like, we need you in the team, Bruce. The lad who's playing in goal is not as good as you. I was like, tell me something I don't know, mate. Do you know what I mean? What the fuck are you trying to do to me here? And then, like, I was arguing with him, going, you don't want me, you're taking the piss. You just want me to go there. For some reason, you want me there. You want me to be present. Do you get me? They wanted me there, like in school. They wanted me there. But they weren't letting me play. For some strange reason, they had to have my fucking eyeballs and my head in that space where they all were. But they weren't going to let me play. And I was like arguing with him. I was only, 13 years old, maybe 14. I can't remember the exact year, like. But I was arguing with him on my doorstep, going, nah, I went there 3 or 4 times and you didn't let me play. What are you trying to do to me? I was going, but just forget about that, Bruce, and we're sorry for that, and we want you back in the team, you know. And my mum even come to the door, right? My mum came to the door and she's like, what's all this about, Bruce? What's going on here, like? And he goes to my mum, will you try and get it through to him, love? I'm not kidding you, mate. He was like, actually persuading me mum. Right, going, you know, he's a good goalkeeper, and we missed him out of a few matches, but we need him now. We've realised he's the best goalkeeper, and we need him, like, we need a good goal. We're letting too many goals in, you know what I mean? And I was like, I'm not having any of this. And my mum was going, well, wouldn't harm you to give it a go, would it, Bruce, you know? I was like, well, I don't know, Mum, you don't understand when I'm sitting there on the bench and that, like, with not playing and that, it's dead annoying, like, you got your kit on and everything, you can't even play, like. And he goes, look, Bruce, we'll let you play, okay? You know, and he said to me, Mum, please, ask him, you know, is it alright, like, you know? And I was like, well, if my mum thinks it's okay, I'll have a go, like, you get me, like? And then he says words to the effect to me mum, you can come and see him play, can't you, love? You know, why don't you come and see him play? Do you know, to kind of like get me hopes up and make me get like think, yeah, I'll go to the footy match and my mum will watch me playing and that, like, you know, sound and that, like, make me ma proud and that, like. And then he actually gets a contract out. We used to actually sign a contract to play for the team. Do you get me, guys? I was under 15, under 16 definitely. And they'd make us sign our name on a dotted line. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Just to say that, like, yes, I play for this football team, right? Which I did. I've sort of thought, well, gone on to lose, have I? Might as well, like. He puts the piece of paper in front of me and I'm going, like, sign it, like. And then my mum goes, so when's the next match then, like? And he's like, next Sunday. Why don't you come along and watch him, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, don't sound too bad, alright. Right. He promised me. He said, yeah, Bruce, we promise you you're playing. Right. So I goes to the park that following week, puts me football kit on, puts me boots on and me me tracksuit pants or whatever, like, and gold #1 shirt and that, like. Walks to the pitch. Right. My mum still hadn't arrived. Do you get me? Like, it was like a bit of a buzz because I knew my mum was coming to watch me. Just basically because she was jeering me up and trying to get me back into the idea of, you know, get all this negativity out of your mind, Bruce, you know what I mean? Just go and play football, you know, it's what you want to do. So it gets to the park and all that, like, mum still hasn't arrived, right? I'm standing there. Next thing, the manager looks at me and he goes, now, I know I told you you'd be playing, Bruce, but this goalkeeper, who is another lad completely, is here for the first time, and we just want to see what he's capable of, okay? And I was like, are you for fucking real or what? Right, he promised me, right? I said, okay, so you're just going to let him play for a few minutes or like, for so many minutes to find out if he's okay and that, like, and then You're definitely putting me in goal, like. It's like, yeah, Bruce. I mean, these guys must be fucking psychopaths, mustn't they? They must be fucking psychopaths, or completely mind controlled by a higher life form, you know, royalty, I don't know, something above them, for them to make a promise, for them to promise me that I was going to be playing. So the first thing is crossing my mind is like, what's my mum going to think? She's going to come all the way to the park, like, and see me sitting on the subs bench. So I felt like a right knobhead, right? And I'm sitting on the subs bench, and the kid who played in goal, I won't name his name, like, but McNamara, if you're out there, hope you're watching, like, you were fucking shit. But anyway, he's standing in the goal. Kick-off happens. You know, it's like just Sunday league football, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know, a crowd roaring off, just like the park, like, the ball's going bouncing around and that, like. Next thing, I see me mum coming, like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, oh no, I feel right now bad, like. My mum comes up to me, and she's looking at me like thinking, hold on, what are you doing sitting down there, and why is that lad there in the goal, like? McNamara, the Nazi, like. Just so happened he was a Nazi, guys. Shh, don't tell anyone, like. What I found out later, like, about that lad in particular, like. But the match goes on, right? My mum's looking at me as if to say, he promised you there, Bruce, and he made you sign a contract even, and he's got you sitting down. I'm starting to see what you're saying now, Bruce. These fucking bastards lie to you, don't they? Right. Just like the school teacher saying, I still can't make up my mind. It's like, who the fucking hell's controlling these people, man? So I'm becoming a problem child because of this, guys. You get me? Like, I started becoming a rebel because of all of this. That's why I changed the way I, you know, I'll go into that deeply later on in the later episodes. Like, why I'm a targeted individual, you see? Well, I've got that on my head. But anyhow, the match carries on, right? I'm sitting there watching, like, and it's like 5 minutes just gone. 11 minutes it was, 5, 6, 7. And the ball bounces like it was like a silly shot from the halfway line or something, right, guys? I don't want to go into the details of, like, you know, football and that, like, but the ball bounced like it went boing, boing, like that. It was that slow. It wasn't like a hard shot or a fucking Peter Lorimer job or like Peter Lorimer or Bobby Charlton shot. Like, it was like someone did this naff hit up the, you know, hit it hard and it bounced all the way to the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper was standing there like that with his arms like that. You know, with both his arms out ready to catch the ball. Yeah, right. I'm not exaggerating, guys, right? I'm not exaggerating. My mum was there as well, like, as a witness, like. The ball bounced into his arms. He literally caught the ball. Then it rolled out of his arms. Like them gaffs you see on YouTube, like the worst goalkeeping gaffs ever, like. The ball rolled out of his arms and went into the goal, and he was like standing like a statue. He couldn't even dive or do anything to save the ball. He, like, putting it blatantly, he just wasn't a fucking goalkeeper, basically. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't even good at being a goalkeeper, right? The ball bounced over the line. The referee goes, go, 1-0. I can't remember who we were supposed to be playing, like, but it was like, so-and-so 1, Ashford Albion 0. And I just looked up at the manager, and I went, well, surely you're going to let me play now. right? And he goes, no, let's just leave it a little bit longer. You know, I've had a paedophile in the boxing club wanting to look at me knob. I've been stopped playing football in high school. And this guy, like, he looks at me and he goes, no, let him play a bit longer. Because he was a Nazi. It was basically because this kid was a Nazi. That's the only reason I can think of, right, guys? He was like a little Nazi kid, and I wasn't. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I looked at this manager. I went, you still gonna leave him and go? And he's like, yeah, just for a while, all right, Bruce. And I went, you can fuck off. I got up. I went, sorry, Mum. I'm sorry you've had to come and see this, you know what I mean? Well, this knobhead can fuck off. I'm not playing for him or any of this anymore, like, after watching what I've just seen. And you just seen it for yourself, Mum, you know what I mean? I mean, Mum was looking at me as if say, I agree, Bruce. I'm not arguing this time. I said, she's like, I just seen it for myself. Whatever that kid's got, they want him in there, like, even though he's shit. Do you know what I mean? So I stormed off to the changing rooms, got changed, met me mum on the way out, and we went back home. And the guy actually had knocked on my door telling me to sign a contract and everything. And I don't care, I'm not exaggerating, guys, honestly. And now guess what happened later on, like, the captain of the team and the top players of that team will come, they bump into me in the street and go, Bruce, man, you've got to come back to Ashford, mate. Like, the goalies are shit. They keep putting shit goalkeepers in, and they're like, we're getting beat all the time, like, and if you were in goal, we wouldn't be getting beat. I'm like, look, mate, don't take it wrong, like, well, I ain't fucking doing that ever again for no one. You get me? The rebel in my head was starting to enter in my head back then, like, because I knew there was some targeted individual, something wrong, like, you know, what did they say, what did they do, who did they disturb, who did they offend, that they had such a system going, that these guys would lie blatantly through the teeth to get you to show up. And I think, why do they want me there, though? Why do they actually want me there, but they don't want me to perform? You understand? Which I'll go into later, which I had similar experiences later on as a musician, as a singer, to be honest, when I was singing in bands in Liverpool. And they'd do the same things, do you know what I mean? They'd tell me to be in a rehearsal room for like 6 hours, when they only had 2 songs or something to sing. There's something about them wasting me time, guys, you know what I mean? It's got to have me head there, like, me mates still do it to me today. They go, come here, Bruce, come here and come there. And I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. You know what I mean? I want to stay in, or I want to do what I want to do, or want to go out on the town if I'm going to get pissed and that, like. But it still goes on today, guys, where I get this, like, demand that I go to places that I don't want to be. You know, I don't want to be there, like. I want to hang around with people and have a laugh. But it's just too uncanny. Right, so anyway, that's part 2 of the targeted individual speech. I know it's not much to do with the targeted individual issue just yet. Like, I'm going to get round to that. I've got some. I think it's hilarious myself personally. This is the key. This is my advice to anyone out there. If you're a targeted individual, right? You've got to learn to laugh at yourself. You've got to learn to laugh at life. Be humorous, no matter how much stick they're giving to you, because they can't physically do anything. You know what I mean? They've got to be like, everything's done at remote control from a distance. It's like they have to do everything from remote control. They have to send you mad to harm yourself, or they have to drive you up the wall to commit suicide, or to end up in a loony bin or an asylum. If they can't do that, once you get the power over that, like, and you can, nothing they say or do to you doesn't affect you, they're fucked. They are fucked. Do you understand? They can't do nothing. And that's what I've learned. You see, I'm kind of like a guinea pig, if you know what I mean. I've kind of blatantly gone through the targeted individual system trying to work out what on earth can they do beyond that, like. But, okay, I'll leave it there, right, guys, for part 2. And I'll continue. Please leave comments, and please, tell me what you think of what I'm talking about, or you don't have to go into detail or nothing, just give me a thumbs up and say, yeah, looking forward to part 3 or whatever. Because I've got, like, look at that mess of this whole piece of paper just completely vandalised with things that I've been going over in my head and saying this all ties in with targeted individualism. So it's proof that they can be. As a paedophile in my boxing club, made sure I didn't want to be a boxer anymore. The football career was ruined. And I'm seriously, I mean, I sound like a knobhead going on about it, you know what I mean? Like, I can imagine certain, me enemies, the people who do spy on me and are told to watch me, I can imagine going, oh no, not the goalkeeping speech. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, he's not going to talk about when he was a goalkeeper again, like. But I think it's very important because it's the cause of my rebelliousness. When you know you're good at something and they don't give you the top mark, like, something doesn't add up, does it? I don't know how many of you out there had a similar experience where you knew you were the best at something but you didn't get what you deserved. But it's one of the clues, isn't it, to give the game away, that there's definitely some kind of personal thing, like, and the teacher knows that your sister does homework and stuff like that. The cracks are starting to show in the system, guys, you know what I mean? Where I know, I'll tell you later what they've used me for and stuff like that. I mean, I bled to death for these guys. Literally, I have bled to death for them, like. And he still wanted me to go to work and all the rest of it, like. It's fucking knobheads. They take the piss, man. Okay, I'm going to bed now anyway. So, I've got part 2 out the way. Yeah. If my mum's watching from a tree, because she's a blackbird now, guys. You know what I mean? But my mum's watching YouTube from a tree, tweeting in the tree and that, like. Do you remember, Mum? Do you remember when they let the Nazi stay in goal, even though he was shit? Alright guys, thanks for watching anyway. Part 3 coming up soon. Please comment, tell me you're out there, whatever, tell me it's getting out there and that, like. And I'm going to part 3, which will be about, oh man, the abilities of the individuals who do the targeting and the harassment and the mental blocks and all the rest of it, like. And how I repel it, like, you know what I mean? Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Better get off, gotta go to bed. It's now 5 to 2 in the morning. But yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 3.